Rakta Yahweh,
Rakta Yahweh,
Rakta Yahusha,
Rakta Yahusha,
Rakta Yahweh,
Rakta Yahweh,
Rakta Yahusha,
Rakta Yahusha.
Double honor to the apostles, the elders, and salutations to you sincere brothers, teaching in truth and sincerity.
Basically, we're gonna do a lesson today on. It's gonna be on various topics. We're gonna start off on going into the solar eclipse that happened on August the 21st. You know, because even though the solar eclipse that happened, it's like all the effects is finna start happening, man. Other solar eclipse, you know, the solar eclipse is just for a sign and a warning. Now we finna see the after effects of what comes after solar eclipses, man. And we starting to see it. We started off with that flood, man. But you know, after all solar eclipses have earthquakes, volcano eruptions. You got that volcano, that main volcano in Yellowstone Park, man. I think they said that thing do a major eruption. They got like half of the U.S. population, you know. But you gonna get you got Genesis 1:14.
It's Genesis 1:14, and the power said, "Let there be light in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, for seasons, for days and years."
All right, I said let them be for signs, seasons, days, and years, man. You know, and we're gonna look up that word signs, man. Because that solar eclipse, man, that was a great sign, man. You know, go ahead, bro.
The Hebrew word for signs is oath, and it says sign, signal, a distinguishing mark, banner, remembrance, miraculous sign, omen.
Right, omen, man, which omens mean bad times, man. You know, go ahead.
Warning, token, ensign, standard, miracle, proof.
Right, man, miracles, man. We're gonna see miracles, man. You know, and that main miracle is the nation of Israel. We're gonna be saved, man. You know, going back to the scripture when the Lord said when He deliver us from this which we gonna scarcely be saved, man. But when He deliver us, it's gonna be like we woke up out of a dream, man. You know, so it's gonna be a miraculous thing for us, man. You know, it's gonna be nothing to the Lord, man. But it's gonna be, but then miracles gonna actually happen too, man. You know, the Lord gonna start performing miracles, man. Spiritual power. And I'm gonna go into a little more history on that eclipse, man, because doing that August 21st eclipse, which is already passed, it actually started in Salem, Oregon, man, which is the 33rd state, and it's also named after Jerusalem, man. You know, which we're gonna get the scripture on that, man, because Jerusalem was named Salem before it was changed into Jerusalem, man. But it said the first major eclipse, it was witnessed in Salem, Oregon, which is the 33rd state. It ended in South Carolina at a 33rd degree parallel. 33 days later, it's gonna be an eclipse over Jerusalem, man. You know, which this eclipse is gonna last for 3 hours, man. You know, so this is what you call a total full eclipse that's gonna happen over Jerusalem, man. This was the same eclipse happened when Yahushua, right before he gave up the ghost, man. When the devils crucified him, man. So all this is for a sign, man. For these number 33s to be rolling out, you know, which you know the number 3 going to understand it, man. You know, but Yahushua was 33 when he actually went back into the heavens, man. You know, you got that. You got Genesis 14.
You want Genesis 14 and
18.
Genesis.
Come on, go ahead.
You about to say something?
Uh-uh.
All right, Genesis 14 and 18. And Melchizedek, king of Salem.
Right, see, man, Melchizedek, king of Salem, man. Because one thing about these, one thing about the elites, man, you know, they got they stamp and they marks all into creating America, man. You know, for them named Salem, Oregon, man, and for that eclipse to start there, man. You know, then 33 days later, it's gonna be another eclipse right over Jerusalem, man. But this is gonna be a full eclipse. Go ahead,
All right.
But this proving that Jerusalem was Salem before it actually became Jerusalem. Man. Go ahead.
All right.
Which Salem go back to the word shalom or shalom, peace, man. Which you make a Jerusalem the city of peace. Go ahead, bro.
Alright, back in Genesis 14 and 18, and Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High.
Come on, man. You know, which that was your house shot, man.
I got something for you.
Go ahead,
Hey, Strong's H for Salem, 8004, Shalom. It states most Jewish commentators affirm that it is the same as Jerusalem.
Come. Which going back into the somebody hold Matthew 27 and 45, man. Okay, come. Which it say 33 days later the eclipse over Jerusalem. Basically, the eclipse gonna be from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. man. You know, and get that in Matthew 27 and 45 because this goes right into the same time when you have a shot was actually the eclipse that happened right when before he gave up the ghost, man. Because it go ahead,
Alright. This is Matthew 27 and 45. Now from the 6th hour there was darkness over all the land until
Right.
the 9th hour.
It's a lot. And it say from the 6th hour. What's the 6th hour, man? Because the day actually started at 6 a.m., man. So the 6th hour back then was 12 p.m., man. Then it say in the eclipse where it said it was darkness over the land to the 9th hour, which that's 3 p.m., man. You know, because then another 3 hours would be 6 p.m., which the sun would be setting in the day. You know, it'd be becoming a new day, man. You know, read that again, now.
It says Matthew 27 45. Now from the 6th hour there was darkness over all the land until the 9th hour.
Come. Right, and when this eclipse actually happened over Jerusalem for 3 hours, man, you know, somebody get Revelation 12, somebody got the precept or something. Right, man, because you know he saw all into the constellation and the astronomy. He studied the stars, man. You know, which the tribe of Issachar, man, they was known for that as far as the Israelites, man. You know, they studied the times. That's how they actually came up with that Mayan calendar, man. Which you was Zebulun, who was the priest, man, but Issachar played a major role in it, man. You know, and to prove that, somebody get 1 Chronicles 12 and 32.
I got a quick factoid for you, bro.
Go ahead.
It says meaning of the number 33 from BibleStudy.com. It said the number 33 is connected to a promise or the promises of the Most High. The 33rd time Noah's name is used in the scriptures when the Most High makes a special covenant or promise with him.
Right, man. What's that promise, man? That the Lord's gonna deliver his people, man. Start with the elect first. But before all that happens, man, other prophecies have to play out, man. You know, you got Jacob's trouble coming. You know what I'm saying? You got the mark of the beast coming. You know, like martial law. Great earthquakes, floods, signs in the heavens. Like Yahushua said before he's coming back, man. So this eclipse, man, you know, as time go by, we gonna start to see how deep and heavy these eclipses that's happening, man. Because like it said, it started in Salem, Oregon, which they named Jerusalem after it, man. It ended in South Carolina on the 33rd degree parallel, and 33 days later, you're gonna have a total eclipse over Jerusalem, man. It's gonna last for 3 hours, you know. Go ahead, up.
And it says the eternal promise to not destroy the entire world again with a flood, and seals his pledge with a sign of a rainbow. The 33rd time Abraham's name is used in the Bible is when Isaac, the child of promise, is born to him when he is 99 years old. It said 33 also derives some of its meaning from the total number of times 3 or third is used in the book of Revelation, because it is the product of 3 times 11. It can represents the Most High judgment. Thus, Revelation illustrates the Most High's complete final judgment of the world, which is ultimately accomplished in the final 3.5 year, 1260-day period leading up to the second coming of Yahushua Mashiach.
God, man, because we're gonna go into the scriptures on there too, man. Because somebody hold Revelation 12. Because going back to the how Esau like to study the stars and the constellations, man. You know, he used it on the left hand side to do rituals and stuff, man. You know, but when we get back in the kingdom, we gonna get that true understanding of that, and we gonna understand the right hand side, man. But right now, we don't have it, but we, you know, we prophesy important, we know important, man. We know the going back to the scripture the brother read in Genesis, man. You know, they given for a sign, man. You know,
What's on the top?
Revelation 12.
12:1.
Come, right, because this Revelation 12:1, man, you actually in the constellation, man, when the sun actually blot out the moon for 3 hours, this is actually gonna be seen over Jerusalem, man, you know, which we know the history on this in the past, man. But from us looking at it from a spiritual standpoint, because Esau looking at this from a carnal standpoint, man, but looking at it from a spiritual standpoint, this finna bring Jacob's trouble, man. You know, you finna say something? Go ahead, Doc.
This Revelation 12:1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun.
Get that word wonder real quick, Doc. And we're gonna get that word wonder. Right, man, because this is actually gonna be seen over Jerusalem during the time of that eclipse, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
And the moon on her feet,
Come.
and upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
Come. Get that word wonder. I hold that right quick, Doc. Get that word wonder in heaven. Verse 1, 12:1.
The Greek word for wonder is semaya. It says a sign, mark, token, that by which a person or a thing is distinguished from others and is known. A sign, prodigy, portent, i.e., an unusual occurrence, transcending the common course of nature.
Right, so it's a transcending the common course of nature, man. All of a sudden you got these hurricanes brewing up. Go ahead, bro.
Of size, portending remarkable events soon to happen.
Right, this the main definition I wanted to get. So it says, saw a great wonder in heaven, man. Read that definition again now.
It said, of signs portending remarkable events soon to happen.
Right, remarkable events soon to happen, man. You know, now get that word heaven. Then I want you to read that from the top again, man. All right, so it says, sign of wonder, a portent of things soon to happen, man. You know, go ahead.
All right. Let's see the Greek word. All right, the Greek word for heaven is Uranos, and it says the vaulted expanse of the sky with all things visible in it, the universe, the world,
Right there.
the first one.
Yeah, come on.
It says the vaulted.
Right there, so right there. Where this basically the sky.
Okay, yeah, it says through the idea of elevation, the sky.
Right, man. You can read something.
Right. It says the vaulted expanse of the sky with all things visible in it.
Right, man. So basically, the definition I want to get out of there is the sky, man. So it saw wonder in heaven, which it saw basically a signs of things to come in the sky, man. You know, go ahead out and read that again. That's it on there. Unless you see something else going in there.
That's Revelation 12:1.
Come on.
There appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
Come on, go ahead.
And being with child, crying, traveling, and birth, and pain to be delivered.
Right, man, because, man, Esau got all of the planets named and numbered, you know what I'm saying? But this actual sign gonna appear in heaven, man. We're not getting to the astronomy, man. But for this sign to actually appear in heaven, like I say, a wonder should appear in the heavens, man. Somebody get Sirach 43:6 for me. I read that in verse 8.
43 and 6.
Come on. You had it in there. You got it. Go ahead, bro.
This the book of Sirach, chapter 43, verse 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of time.
Right, so see the moon serving her season for a declaration of time, man. Go ahead.
And it says, and a sign of the world
Come.
from the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreases in her perfection.
From the sign of feast, we know the Sabbaths, man. All the feast days, the Day of Atonement, we go by them by the new moons, man. Go ahead, bro.
The month is called after her name,
Come.
increasingly wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven.
It said being the instruments of the armies above, man, shining in the firmaments of heaven, man. So the movement of that moon, just like it affects us, man. You know, it affects anything dealing with the water, man. You know, so it's gonna be it's basically, as far as the elect, man, it's gonna affect us in the righteous way, man. But if you're not a part of the elect, it's gonna affect you in a negative way, man. You know. Go ahead,
It's Revelation 12:3. And there appeared under another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head.
Which we know that represents the Roman Empire, man. You know. Go ahead.
And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven.
Did you read verse 2 up?
Mm-hmm.
Read verse 2 again.
It's Revelation 12:2. And she being with child, crying, traveling, travailing, in birth, and pain to be delivered.
Right, because I know that woman represents Israel, man. And she being the child represents Yahweh Shai, man. Go ahead.
If I could add to it, also just build up on the brother saying that she also represents Mary too.
And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. His heads. Keep going.
Which that's the ancient Roman Empire, but it also represents the modern day Roman Empire, man, which is America and NATO, man. You know. EU, EU, America and NATO. Go ahead.
His tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven and cast them to the earth.
Right, man, which they represent is the southern kingdom, man. The tribe of Benjamin, Levi, and Judah, man. You know, go ahead, because we was the tribe. We was the ones that was over there still in the land at the time, man. You know, because this basically represents the time when basically Jerusalem was going to get destroyed in 70 AD, man. So this was like a prelude to there was Jacob's trouble then, man. But this going to be times 10 now, man. This going to happen all over again, man. You know, go ahead. But this going to be the worst time ever, man. Ain't nothing going to compare to this time, man. Go ahead.
And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born.
Go ahead, bro.
She brought forth a man-child who was to rule all over nations with the rod of iron. Her child was caught up into the Most High, to his throne.
Man. Right, so go ahead, which that represents Yahweh Shai. You finna say something?
No, I got a quick precept though.
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, this is Genesis Sirach, St. Luke 21 and 25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth the stress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring.
Hey, right, and going back into what the brother reading in Revelation 12, man. Esau studied this to a T, man. You know, because Esau been studying the stars, man. Even when Christopher Columbus came to the Americas, he had an astronomical almanac, man. And that's how he actually got the tribe of Benjamin. That's how he basically overcame them, man. Because they basically had cut out, because they had to they basically was taking care of Christopher Columbus when they landed over there on the West Indian Islands, man. But then when they peeped they was wicked, they stopped feeding. So what did Columbus do, man? He basically told them if they don't start back taking care of them, basically he gonna block out the sun. You know what I'm saying? That the sun was gonna block out until they do. And when that happened, that's what made the tribe of Benjamin actually, you know what I'm saying, start back taking care of Columbus, man. But it was basically predicting our downfall, because before Columbus landed in America, the eclipse came over the Americas, man. You know, Even before Columbus in 1452, it was an eclipse that came over Constantinople.